Getting married, is it? Congratulations. But before you step into the commitment of marriage, here are the top 10 things that you should discuss with your spouse-to-be for a great financial future ahead. Welcome back to Improvise by Rupanjali, and today we're going to do the top things you need to discuss with your spouse-to-be before you actually get into the long-term commitment. कुंडली मिलाने से पहले आप जरूर फाइनेंशियल डिस्कशन कर लीजिए, because if you are not financially compatible with your spouse to be, there is more kalesh that is awaiting you in the future than otherwise. Number one is joint accounts and joint expenses. So technically, most people have an account in their own names individually and also one joint account where they contribute proportionately from where they are going to have their monthly family expenses. The discussion for this is very essential right at the outset so that you set your goals accordingly and you exactly know how much you are going to spend and how much you will invest, save individually. Do you know your money personality? Do you exactly know what kind of a risk taker you are? Only then you will be able to ask your spouse to be about their money habits and their money personality. It's quite obvious that both of you would have different ideas about money. It's all right. As long as you understand the other person and you acknowledge that person's risk-taking capacity and invest according to the common goals, it is completely all right to have completely different money personalities or different ideas about money, provided the goal is towards a common financial future. This brings us to point number 2, clear money expectations. Ensure that you and your spouse-to-be have correct and clear expectations about your savings, your investments, your expenses, your financial goals, because everything has to walk in tandem with each other. Otherwise, there's going to be an expectation mismatch, which would create some concern in the future. So these days, most people, like both spouses, are earning and they have their own expectations, they have their own dreams and goals. It's not that both your dreams and goals have to be exactly the same. There is going to be a dream especially for the husband and another one for the wife, but there is going to be a common goal or a common financial dream as well. So once you know the expectations, their risk appetite, their investment and spending habits, it's much easier to plan for the same. That brings us to point number 3, which is financial goals. Again, like I said, the financial goals could be independent. The spouses can have different financial goals for each other, but there is going to be a definite common financial goal as well, like buying a house or planning a holiday. These are common goals which needs to be designed, which needs to be understood, defined and written down right at the onset. So you exactly know what you're going to spend at, what you're going to, aspire to save or invest for. Next comes the monthly budget. It's quite difficult for either of you to actually know the exact amount of expenses or the budget that you will have before you've actually started the family. You can actually do this discussion after as well. However, having a healthy discussion about what is the annual expected expenses, what is going to be the monthly expenses, what are going to be your expenses for your luxury spending, what is going to be your rent expenses, all these discussions need to be clear and it needs to be sorted right from the beginning. Only then you will know exactly how much you have a buffer. So you know your disposable income, you know how much you can invest. You know you can plan your luxury splurges. The 5th point is the emergency fund. Creating an emergency fund for both of you individually and one for the common goal of the family is very important. Because these days, a lot of people get into entrepreneurial roles. People take up freelancing roles. People quit jobs, change jobs. There could be health reasons. There could be another natural calamity for which your regular income might be affected, For that, having savings in the emergency corpus is of utmost importance. The sixth point is about investments. So you need to discuss about how the investments are going to be, whether it's going to be in individual names, or there's going to be joint investment, or it's going to be in either a survivor mode, wherein the other person can operate on the other person's behalf, but it is in the name of both. Remember, the tax aspect of an ERS account is actually always on the primary holder. Number 7 is the debt and the credit score. So it's quite possible that one of you love to take loans and buy everything on EMIs, while the other person is very scared of loans. So these are two different money personalities, and you need to discuss and come to a common conclusion before you actually go ahead, because if someone takes very heavy loans and the other person is very scared of loans, there could be a complete financial decision clash that could lead to a lot of uncertainty and a lot of concerns at a later point of time. So having a healthy discussion about debt, their credit scores, their repayment status, how much do they like to take debts, all of these discussions are very healthy and very good to be taken right at the outset. Number 8 is retirement. So when you are getting married, there is a life of 30, 40 years that you will spend with each other, raising a family, taking care of each other, managing your happiness, your sadness, your responsibilities, everything, and planning towards your retirement. Now, retirement may sound a very far-fetched goal, but trust me, it is one of the most important goals in a couple's life. If I choose to retire in a particular place, I would want my husband to also plan the same kind of retirement goal. Only then we can both work towards that same common goal where we want to spend our retired life and be happy about it. And it's a planning that needs to start very, very early. Only then you can take the advantage of the power of compounding and plan your retirement well in advance. The 9th point is how and what is going to be your financial split of responsibilities. Not just how and who is going to manage the family, but also about the care portion, which is for your family, towards children, towards aging parents, about household chores, who is going to do what in what contribution, and who is going to manage the expenses, the finances, the decision and the discussion. If it is not done before the marriage, at least do it as soon as possible. Trust me, this is going to go and help you a long way, and it will help clear all misunderstandings on the way. The last but not the least is financial independence. Both of you are earning and have a dream of your own. You've been longing for that solo trip. You've been longing to buy a house for your parents maybe, and which may not be the same goal of your spouse. It's totally all right. There can be common goals and there can be independent goals. But how do you manage and control that independence? There has to be a discussion regarding the same. As the earlier you have the discussion, the better it is for your family's financial future. There is no complete checklist of all the financial discussions, but these are the mandatory ones that you should be having at the beginning of a very happy and a healthy relationship, so that it lasts longer and you do not have any stress, at least for financial matters. I hope I've been able to answer most of your queries. If there is anything else, please ask in comments below, and don't forget to like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care, be good, bye-bye.